You already did the free course. You know the 4 Ds, you know the 4 surfaces: talk, work, brand, build. So I'm not going to reteach any of that. This is the paid track. We go deeper and we start with a question you actually deserve an answer to before you spend $1 of your time here. Why Claude? Because there are other options. You've seen the ads. And if you pick a tool, wire your company around it, teach your team on it, and then it turns out to be the wrong horse, that's not a small mistake. That's months. So let me tell you exactly why I run my own companies on this one, and not from a vendor deck, from the chair you're sitting in. 3 reasons: reasoning quality, safety posture, and the ecosystem. Let me take them one at a time. First, reasoning quality. Here's what most people miss. When you're an owner running a company with somewhere between 1 and 50 people, you are not mostly generating content. You're making judgment calls. Should I take this client, or is it a trap? Is this contract fair? What's actually driving my margin compression this quarter? Those aren't write me a poem tasks. They're reasoning tasks. And the gap between AI tools on reasoning is way bigger than the gap on writing a nice paragraph. Anybody can write a paragraph. The question is whether the thing can hold 5 documents in its head, follow your actual logic, and push back when your logic is wrong. That's where I've seen Claude separate. It thinks in a way that survives contact with a real business problem. And that matters more the smaller you are, because you don't have a bench of analysts. The AI is the bench. Second, safety posture. And I want to be careful here, because safe AI gets thrown around like a marketing sticker. What I mean is concrete. The company that builds Claude, Anthropic, built the whole business around the AI behaving predictably and not doing dumb, harmful, or off-the-rails things when you're not looking. For a big enterprise, that's a compliance checkbox. For you and me, it's different. It's trust, because I'm going to hand this thing my financials, my client list, my half-formed strategy that I haven't told anyone. I need to know it's not going to hallucinate a number into a board doc, or quietly train on my confidential data, or go sideways on a sensitive task. A tool you can't trust with the real stuff is a toy. You'll use it for email drafts and nothing that moves a needle. The whole point of this course is the stuff that moves needles, so the trust has to be there first. Third, and this is the one people underrate the most, the ecosystem, because Claude isn't just a chat box. It's a chat box plus projects, plus artifacts, plus skills, plus connectors. And the way those fit together is the actual product. In this course, you're going to build a persistent workspace that remembers your company. You're going to build reusable skills that run a process the same way every time. You're going to connect it to your real email, your real calendar, your real books. That's not 4 separate tools you're duct taping. Like, it's one system where each piece compounds the others. And that compounding is the entire reason an owner-run company can punch 3 weight classes above its headcount. Now here's why this fits us specifically, the 1 to 50 crowd, better than it fits a giant. A giant company has an IT department, a data team, a change management consultant, and a 9-month rollout. And they need governance layers because 1,000 people are touching the thing. You can decide today, build this week, and be running real work by Friday. The bottleneck at a big company is politics. Your bottleneck is just you learning it, which is exactly what you're doing right now. The small owner-run company is the perfect shape for this technology. You have all the context in one head, you can move without a committee, and you have the most to gain per person. That's not a consolation prize. That's the edge. Let me make it real. In one of my companies, I do not have a dedicated analyst. Never have. But when I need to look at a messy pile of numbers and figure out what's actually going on, I sit down with Claude and I get analyst-grade thinking in 20 minutes instead of hiring a role I can't justify yet. Our company is our proof. I'm not showing you anything in this course that I don't run on myself, on live, real, money-on-the-line work. So here's your action step for this lesson, and it takes 10 minutes. Open a doc and write down the 3 most important judgment calls you personally made in your business in the last 90 days. Not tasks, decisions, the ones that kept you up. Because those are the exact kind of problem this stack is built to help you think through. And by the end of this course, you're going to run a real one of them, start to finish, right alongside the AI. And lesson, year 1, the models. Opus, sonnet, haiku, were when to reach for the expensive one and when you're just burning money. Let's keep the momentum going.